Hey traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Today's market update, we're going to be looking at primarily the three key US indexes. We're focusing on their CFD markets which track the cash and futures. So we're looking at the SPX 500 at the moment, and that tracks obviously the S&P 500. So Friday's session was a fair surprise, as it's starting to look like the market has discounted the inflation fears in the US now. The Fed said that they were temporary, and it looks like now that the market's starting to price that in and basically move on from that. So we saw an article today in CNBC discussing that it may already be passed over and factored in as temporary. We are still, the last Fed FOMC minutes that came out last week did show a little bit of uncertainty, but some of the keys from there were that tapering could come into play, and that rate rises are also being looked at, and that they're going to happen sooner or later down the track. But for now, equity markets have continued to push higher. With this, we can see that solid move on Friday that pushed the SPX 500 into new records. We touched new records on the open this morning, but now we're seeing a bit of a pullback. So what we really want to see now is if we see a carry on of this momentum and push into new records tonight. And if we do see a move lower back into this area, could that be a small worry? But what we're looking for is buy momentum and buy interest to return us at some stage today, and they'll be looking for a break and move back into new records. Now, if that happens, we did see that consolidation period here, and that could be saying that this is a statement bar and that we are going to see this trend continue. So this trend for now has been running for a very long time. It started way back after that big pandemic crash, and we've just seen this one-way traffic. So the last consolidation was in this area here, and we had that nice move up. So this bar, Friday's bar, is what we're looking at for a real continuation signal. Now, if we do see a close higher, it could signify that this trend's going to continue, but we really need to wait and see, at least for a break of Friday's high in tonight's US session, or approaching US session, just to signal that buyers are on board, and that we are going to see fresh drive come back into the market. Now, I'm just quickly going to touch on the other two key US indices. So here's the NDX 100, which is the NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ, unlike the S&P, hasn't hit new records yet. We did see a very nice reversal after some weakness last Thursday. We did see a close at a resistance area. We did open above that resistance today, but we have seen a pullback around to that resistance area. So again, like with the S&P, we want to see a break, but what we have on the NASDAQ is a high to test, and that's the all-time high. So we'll need to see, number one, positive close today, and then push back to that high, potentially a break, just to really signify that this bar here is showing us fresh and solid momentum. Now, this finally finishing on the US 30, which is the Dow. We saw a beautiful bar on Friday. It's quite similar to the S&P. We had a break above this resistance here, but we did see a close back around it. So this area here from I'll just get my mouse on it. Anywhere really from 34,865 down to that 34,814.15 area, and then up to 34,890. There's sort of a range there, a resistance range, and we have seen price sort of stuck at this level for a fair period of time. We were wondering if the last rejection there was going to set up something that could push a bit lower. That failed to really get going last Thursday, and then on the back of some changed dynamics in the market, we did see that really strong buyer move on Friday to finish out the week. So it's really now, like with the other two markets, it's really now up to buyers to really state their case, gain momentum back, and really push higher and make a statement. So as with the NASDAQ, we do have this high here that's at above that 35 1100 area, so we need to see a move back up there that either breaks it or close it, above it, to really signal that a new trend continuation, is underway. So the picture doesn't look as nice on the US 30 as on the S&P, but we do have some signs here now. We just really need to see a decisive break and push through this resistance area to really signal that this market is ready and wanting to go higher. So there's no key data out tonight, so we'll just be watching tonight's US session to see if buyers can get back on board and re-establish some control, which is going to give a bit of see if there's some real confidence around this temporary inflation that's sort of circulating now. So that's it for today's report. We wish you a very good rest of your trading day, and thank you very much for listening and watching to today's update, and wish you good trading, and bye for now.